Hey guys, it's been a while, I know, but I've been wrapping up my second semester of college and I'm now finally out for the summer, so I have time to do more videos now. Yay! And I was supposed to film today at one of my favorite places in the world, which is a cemetery close to my house, a nice gated cemetery. But it's Mother's Day, so I guess a lot of people are there visiting their mothers. It was really, really crowded, and it would just be all kinds of awkward and nervous to film in front of mourning people. So I'm just gonna take a cue from Grav3yardgirl and do this in my car. It's her tag anyway. I'm going to be doing the Paranormal TAG today. I hope y'all like it. So instead of filming there, I'm filming in the parking lot of my second most favorite place in the world, which is Toys R Us. It's creepy how much money I spend at Toys R Us. But okay, first question. How old were you when you had your first paranormal experience? I've actually not really had any big paranormal experiences. I had one, but it's something that could be, in my opinion, it's not a real paranormal experience if it's something that can be debunked or explained, or, you know, if it's only counted as a paranormal experience if there's no explanation for it. And anything that's ever happened to me, if I think of it from a skeptic's point of view, there's an explanation for it all. So yeah, this is starting out great, isn't it? Have you always believed in ghosts? Yes, I have, ever since I was a child, ever since Casper, the friendly ghost, the friendliest ghost you know, I have believed in ghosts. It's something that kind of runs in my dad's side of the family. They're all very spiritually sensitive people and have all had paranormal experiences ever since they were little kids, so I have always believed in ghosts, always. Where is your favorite place to investigate? There's a lot of places I like to go, like old abandoned houses. I like to go with my dad. There's this hospital about a county or two over from mine, where Glendale Hospital is, and it's an abandoned tuberculosis hospital where the patients were supposedly like treated terribly. And I go there with my friends sometimes. And yeah, basically just anywhere that I think would be cool to investigate. I just whip my stuff out right there and start investigating. What is your favorite investigation tool? I guess my senses. Like my sense of hearing, my sense of touch. I've experienced a lot of cold spots, like in the middle of dead, humid, hot summer, and there'll just be one place I'll start asking questions, and it'll get really cold. I hear things. I've seen things. Like I said, they could pretty much all be explained, but still, I'd say my senses are the tool that I utilize the most. What is your scariest paranormal experience? Okay, it was one time I was in Glendale Hospital with my friend, and we were walking down the hall on the second floor, and I saw what looked like a shadow walk by, and we had flashlights, so I'm like, oh, well, it's just our shadow from the flashlights. And then I stopped and I thought about it, and it wasn't walking the same way we were walking. It was going the opposite way, like behind us, and that doesn't make sense if we're going this way and a shadow comes past this way, you know. And so I gasped, and then my friend Christine gasped too, and I thought she'd seen what I'd seen, and I was like, oh, she just saw the shadows too, and she gasped just like I did, so it's nothing. And then later on, I was talking to her about it, and I was like, remember when we got scared because we saw our own shadows? And she was like, I didn't see any shadow. And I was like, oh, okay. But like I said, that's something that could be easily debunked So, I don't know. What is your favorite paranormal experience? Well, it's not really my experience, but my dad has a lot of stories and a lot of experience that he tells me. And, so I'm just going to steal from him right now. One of my favorite paranormal experiences, from my dad was when he was a teenager. It was him and his best friend in his house, and they were the only ones home. It was dead quiet. They were coming back from somewhere. They were just chilling, and all of a sudden they heard a loud noise come from the basement. They went downstairs. The TV had been turned on and turned all the way up, and so they searched the whole house, see if anybody was home. They thought maybe somebody broke in. Nobody broke in. There was nobody there. And his friend was pretty much like, well, on that note, gonna go home now. So his friend went home. My dad went upstairs and crawled into bed. And he closed his eyes for a second, opened them, and there was a shadow, a silhouette, standing at his door with a hat and a long coat with the collar popped up. And being the manly man that my father is, he pulled his covers up over his head, and then he felt somebody go like that on him. And so he pulled the covers open and he looked, and his dad was standing there, and he was like, did you hear that scream? My dad was like, no. He was like, I just walked into the house a minute ago and I heard a scream. He didn't hear a scream, and he was like, oh, okay, well then good night. It's just something that I guess happened normally in my dad's household. But the next day my dad told his best friend about what happened, and his best friend was like, okay, I wasn't gonna say anything, but last night when I was backing out of your driveway, you know when you back out and you put your hand behind the seat and you look back like that and you look in the rearview mirror. Well, he was doing that, and when he went to look in his rearview mirror, he saw somebody sitting in his back seat with a hat on. His collar popped up, and it just happened really quickly. It was look, holy shit, look again, and it was gone. And a couple years later, my dad ended up telling my grandpa about it, and my grandpa was like, oh, well, when you were a little kid up to when you were about 4 years old, you spent every single day with your grandfather, and your grandfather was notorious for having a hat on and wearing a long jacket with his collar popped up. And I thought that story was really cool, how family members stick around and look after you and stuff. So I thought that was pretty sweet. Do you know anyone else personally who has had paranormal experiences? Well, didn't I just answer that? Well, I know, besides my dad and his side of the family, I have a few friends that are that have had paranormal experiences. I have a couple friends that are mediums, or that are very sensitive to spirit energy. So I know a lot of people who have had paranormal experiences. Do you have trouble convincing friends and family about your paranormal experiences? I don't know. I mean, the only stories I really share are my dad's, and my dad's not going to lie to me, so yeah, no, I guess not, unless they just act like they believe me and they really don't. What would be your dream place to investigate? The hotel from The Shining, which I actually might get a chance to do because I'm going to Colorado with my family next month, and me and my dad are going to track down that hotel as best we can and try to do some investigating there. So fingers crossed. Do you prefer to investigate alone or in a group? I prefer to investigate in a duo. Maximum that I could tolerate would probably be 4 people, because the more people there are, the more chances you have that people are making noise, people knock stuff over, and things you might think are evidence could actually just be somebody else walking by. It's a lot easier because I don't want to do it by myself, so I think just me and somebody else is perfect. Is your home haunted? No. As much as my dad wants our house to be haunted, it is not, and it is hot in my car, so I'm going to turn my AC on. Okay, and since I decided to turn my car on, the steering wheel is shaking, which means I now have to just hold the camera in my hand. Okay, so, Okay, next question. Have you ever had any paranormal experiences with animals? Yes, kind of. I was coming back from an ex-friend's house one time. We were clubbing that night, and I walked upstairs and walked past her bathroom, and I could have sworn I saw a cat run from the side of the bathroom where the bathtub was over to where the sink was, and I was just kind of like, okay. And then I was like, wait, she doesn't have a cat. And I went downstairs and I was like, I think there's a cat in your bathroom. And she was like, we don't have a cat. I don't have a cat. My roommate doesn't have a cat. But I don't know. It could have just been because I was really tired. It could have been, and I'm sorry I'm such a skeptic, but honestly, you have to be. Otherwise, you just end up bullshitting yourself more than you realize. You have to look at things from a skeptic's point of view. Otherwise, you're not really a reliable source now, are you? Because you just think that everything is a ghost, and it's not. So yeah, that's the end of the tag, and I hope you guys liked it. I hope you guys liked my Toys R Us parking lot tag of paranormal. And I'll probably end up doing a video later too. Why not? Because I've been saying I'll do a what's in my purse video for like a month now. But thank you guys for watching. Subscribe, and subscribe to Grav3yardgirl if you haven't, because you are seriously missing out on the good things in life if you are not subscribed to that girl. Oh, by the way, this is my first time ever in life wearing cream eyeshadow, and it looks really pretty, but look how bad the creasing is, dude. Like, that's really sad. Oh, and I'm wearing Betsy Johnson shirt. Yeah, very nice. $100, first time wearing it on this hot, nasty day of Mother's Day. But anyway, I will talk to you guys later.